Hello everyone, welcome to our next lesson. Today we're going to be looking at increasing or decreasing functions. So suppose we have got some kind of function, let's call it f of x. To find out if it's an increasing or decreasing function, well, if we're looking at this function, you could see clearly it's increasing here, and then it starts to go down, and this is where it's decreasing, and then it goes back up again, and therefore it's increasing again. So what we're looking at is we're seeing that the slope here is positive, the slope here is negative, and the slope here is positive. And between a positive and a negative slope, your slope would be 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out all the places where the slope is equal to 0, and then check before and check after to see if it's increasing or decreasing. So let's go through an example. Suppose f of x is equal to x cubed minus 3x plus 4. And I want to know when it's increasing or decreasing. Well, first I'm going to find the derivative. F prime of x is equal to 3x squared minus 3. Okay, and that's actually equal to, let's factor out the 3. X squared minus 1, which is equal to 3 times x minus 1. X plus 1. Now if we looked at that function, when is the slope equal to 0? And we could see that when x is equal to negative 1 or x is equal to 1, the slope is equal to 0. So if we did a sign diagram at 1 and negative 1, and we could test before and after to see what the slope is before negative 1 and 1. Because we know here, this is where the slope is equal to 0. So what happens beforehand? Well, if I put, let's say, negative 2 into this function, into your derivative, into your slope, negative 2 squared times 3 minus 3, that would be a positive number. And because we know all of these are the only times when the slope is 0, everything before that would always be the same slope. So it would always be positive. Because if it was positive and it went to negative, well, you would have to hit a 0, a slope of 0. So that says that everything here until negative 1 is all an increasing function. Now let's test between negative 1 and 1. Well, let's put a number between negative 1 and 1. And you could put anything. You could put a half, you could put a quarter, you could put negative a third, whatever. But I'm going to pick an easy number like 0. So when x is equal to 0, your slope is equal to negative 3. And that tells me that all of this is a negative slope and therefore a decreasing function. And similarly, we will check after x is equal to 1. So let's say x is equal to 2. So once again, we go into here, x is equal to 2. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 minus 3, that's a positive number. And that tells me it's increasing after 1. And therefore, I can finally say that the function f of x is increasing when x is less than and equal, not equal, less than negative 1, and x is greater than 1. Those are increasing functions. And we also could say that f of x is decreasing when x is between negative 1 and 1. Hope that helps. Have a good day.